All right, I'm just doing a quick midweek check of the hives to see how much syrup they're taking, see if they have any more drawn comb. And I just got something in the mail. A new screen bottom board for the left hive to see if we can monitor some mites. So I'm going to put this in and then check it tomorrow to see how many mites are falling down on the board. A lot of activity today. It's very, very warm. That got heavy. That is not heavy. Definitely mites. It's like a whole ant colony under here. All right, I'm going to see if the smaller hive here has drawn more comb in the last few days. Whoa, that is empty. Totally empty. I have this feeling that this hive is just being robbed by that hive. Yeah, they need comb. They're packing this with honey, but they have no place to put it. Nothing new. There's nothing new. That's brood there. Ah, there's the queen. There's some pollen in here. Capped brood, pollen. There's larvae. She's laying. Whoa. White-faced hornet just took a bee. All right, I'm shutting down the bottom entrance. I closed this off except for one little hole here. One little hole here is open, and one little hole here. That's like one bee width for each section. And they're starting to defend it now. So there's the new bottom board. I closed off the entrance except for one opening, and there's an upper opening as well. So I think the big hive was probably robbing the small hive, and then maybe my bees were robbing the big hive. I don't know what's going on. But there's little fights going on at every entrance. Plus there's like white-faced hornets and regular hornets and wasps. It's just a free-for-all. All right, so this is the 5-day report. I put the syrup in 5 days ago. The bigger hive only had about maybe half to 2/3 of the syrup consumed. The small hive had all of the syrup gone. It was empty. And I think that's because the small hive is being robbed, just relentlessly robbed. So I closed up the entrance on the smaller hive, so now there's just a little tiny bee space entrance on one side of the bottom board, and there's an upper entrance hole that is being defended right now, so that's good. So I added the new bottom board to the larger hive, and the bottom board has a screen bottom with a mite board on the bottom, so I'm going to leave that in for one day and come back tomorrow and see how many mites have fallen. Since I closed up the entrances, the craziness has totally calmed down. I had both hives open there for a second, and it was just a crazy, like, robbing scenario. So things are chilling out now. So I gotta say, I really like that little hive. I don't know, they seem very organized, and they seem like they've just had a really rough season. I did see the queen. She was definitely like on brood, and she was laying. There are emerging bees in the small hive. There's a decent brood pattern, and there's a lot of, they're capping off the honey. They're capping off all the syrup that they've been storing. So it looks really good, and I really like that little hive. And I have this feeling like I want to try and save it as its own hive and just see what happens over the winter. I have this weird feeling about the larger hive just being kind of a parasite factory, a varroa bomb, who knows what, deformed wings, all kinds of stuff in there. And I just kind of, I like that little hive, and I don't want to just put them in there and just kind of infect them with everything that's already in that hive. It would definitely be an experiment for me, but the hive it's showing signs of life, and it really looks, it just looks good. But of course that can all change, because tomorrow we have a special guest coming to visit the hive. The supplier of the bees, the guy that we got the bees from, is coming here to visit tomorrow. He lives about 10 miles away. He's been buying bees from this place for several years. He's got 15 hives. He's been through many, many winters. He's in the honey business. He knows about these bees. He knows about this climate. He knows about what it's like over the winter. So I'm going to get his advice. I have instincts here about what I want to do, but I'm going to ask him what he thinks I should do and get his opinion, because he's here right now. He lives in this area. He knows the climate. He knows the bees, and you know, I'm sure he knows diseases and all the other stuff. So I'm going to have a real local give me his opinion, and then we're going to see what happens. And I don't know if he's going to want to be on camera, so we may do some things and I might not record it. I will give you guys an update on what happened right away as soon as we're done tomorrow. So that's where we are right now. See you in a bit. All right, so great news. Joe, the guy that I got my bees from, came down, had a look at the bees. We opened up the hives. What he said was, you need some drawn-out medium supers. Come on up to my place. I got a stack of them taller than me. So we are driving up to his bee yard, and he's going to give me some new medium supers for both of those boxes. So we are going to have some drawn-out supers that these bees can just pack with syrup for the next month. So this is great news.